What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my doggies for coming through. Alistair Scott, Orthodox Boxing, and Nick A, no doubt about it. So we got some breaking and leaked news for you, man, right now. Team AJ, by the way of Massa Hearns, has ordered his Mandingo bull, Anthony Johnston, aka Anthony Audley Johnston. Audley. Yeah, listen, people. Massa Hearns has ordered Audley. Audley Thony. People, that's his name. Bottom line. Audley Thony Joshua Harrison. To get back in there and fight some more. I told you this one, people. I told you this one. Yeah? Lord Barry Hearns III, a few years ago, actually. It must have been probably after Usyk too. Lord Barry Hearns III said, Bosh, he ain't finished yet. Yeah? It might be time to catch... These are his words. Fact. It might be time to catch his big, melanated ass out. Oops. That's what he said. So Massa Hearns now, as I'm about to show you, I've realised recently, it's not really about what AJ wants, people. It's not about what he wants. Who here saw a man who wants to fight in there? It's not about what he wants. Massa Hearns, Turkey, all them other man, they got a 10-fight contract. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah? And when these shekels make these contracts, yeah, they put clauses in there which says, if you don't fulfill this contract, we're taking all the money back plus interest. Who here think Johnson are going to pass back and what do they call it? Who think Johnson going to pass back all the money he made over the last 10 fights? Plus interest. Plus, what's that word when a court kind of fines you? Anyway, you get the point I'm making. He ain't passing it back, so he's going to fight and dig your pocket. That's what he can do. Yeah? Anyway, Eddie Hearn on the rematch.
Unbelievable. And listen, we got to win the rematch.
Do you think you'll do it again? Is there a clause?
Rematch, I can't imagine him not triggering it. And he needs to be better.
So, I got a few interviews to show you Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, you heard there. We need to win the rematch. This is after the fight. Like, there's no question. People ain't saying, and I actually respect Frank Warren to some extent. Am I saying Frank Warren's middle name is Gandhi? No, he liked the bag too. But he said after Fury got popped by Usyk, he said, it's nothing to do with me, yeah? Tyson's a grown man, he needs to go away and decide what he wants to do. Not, yeah, he needs to win the rematch and it's all bang on. Eddie Hearn knows he's got AJ's guts for garter. Do you understand, people? He ain't going nowhere. He's not. Because DAZN and the shekel there will take all his shit. That was it, punitive damages. AJ might have made 200 mil, yeah? They'll be taking 500 mil if he break that contract. He'll be destitute. You understand, people? Yeah? He'll be fighting on the undercard for Floyd Mayweather's Moody exhibitions. That's what he'll be doing. Never forget that one there. Yeah? So Eddie Hearn's already told Johnston what he's going to be doing. He can be fighting. Fighting. And digging your pocket. Digging the low T, estrogenic, Johnston sexual pocket. Because I've been told you he washed up. I've been told you that. Yeah? He don't want to fight. He's here to dig pocket. And I'm not saying AJ's completely ordered. He want to dig pocket too. Why would he want to go to court and get out of his DAZN contract for? There's no need to do that. He'll just turn up. You've already heard the pitch. I leaked the video yesterday. AJ said, 3 times. He's still talking about 3 times in some mad universe. Obviously, all the bum lickers around him. Yeah? The minute AJ got back to the hotel, people, you tell me. You tell me how many bum lickers you think was there talking about 3 times. Don't worry, champ, because they have to say that. I remember when Floyd was about to retire on All Access, one of them documentary things, there was a part of that documentary where Floyd was saying to his team, hey guys, this is my last fight and I want you man to know that I can't keep putting you on now. Now them big fight bags aren't coming in. I can't have 100 sucker offers hanging around. You man are going to have to do what grown men have to do and make your own coins. Floyd literally said more or less that. It was a more of a emotional way, if that makes sense. But that was the bottom line. People, AJ's still active. he got a whole bag of bum lickers around him. They have to say 3 times. They have to be in denial because they don't want to. People, how many cats here think Skins or the other Nick that hang around AJ want to go and get a normal job, a 9 to 5? They ain't going back. Yeah? Once you taste that. I remember watching one of AJ's documentaries years ago, and one Donny was washing his drawers. Yeah? People, when you're making it, they're probably 100 grand a year plus, right? I'd take that job. I'd be telling AJ 3 times. If I was washing Anthony Johnston's drawers for 100 grand a year, I'd be telling him, we ain't done yet, right? And that's the problem with, you have to know yourself. But then again, AJ's greedy too. I did a video years ago. AJ said, I don't want to, I'm here to fight for the money and the bitcoins. He said that at the Cambridge address after I think the USIC loss. And at that time I said, I'm questioning what he's doing this for. And it's now apparent he does not want to fight. He got into trouble, he's galloping backwards. Even Ben Davison, I got a video coming soon, even Ben Davison was saying, you're galloping backwards like a horse. You know how horses run? That's how he was like, pulling back. Galloping like a big old 100% buff horse. That's what he was doing. Even, that's Ben Davison telling you that. You know it's bad. If Ben Davison has to tell you about your chin position, you know it's bad. Because he never thinks about them things, clearly. He never thinks about keeping your hands up. All he thinks about is the party magic voodoo tricks he thinks he can pull. Because he clipped the wrestler with them. That's what he'd be doing. Yeah? Anyway, let's play some more of these ones here. Again on the rematch.
AJ will believe that he can box much better and beat him, but Dubois...
People, how many times have we been hearing about AJ believing at this time? Yeah? Because some of you slow AJ homosexuals, it's not your fault. You slow. Yeah? Slow dudes are just slow. You don't see it coming. And I'm not saying I was the first. People was telling me a while ago he was shot. I'll go based on evidence, though. I'm not just an out-and-out hater. Some people who always hated Johnston. And maybe they was right to do so. But when he was winning, I thought, well, okay, he can make improvements. I'm fair. But when he lost to Mr. Blobby, and then come back fanning about, that is a critical issue, people, in the fight game. Mr. Blobby can't punch, okay? Look at... Miller's no good like that. Miller's no good. He's sturdy, he's no good. He slapped Andy Ruiz around the ring. He turned a big pressure fighter into looking like Erislandy Lara. Andy Ruiz looked like Erislandy Lara in them last half of the fight, just on the ropes. Looked like Terence Crawford versus Madrimov. That's what Miller did to Andy Ruiz, because he can't punch. He hurt his hand. People, he didn't hurt his hand in the first 4 rounds, and still Miller was straight on him. So that shows you Ruiz isn't no good. He was good for Johnston. He put the fear of God. Mr. Blobby, yeah, and Double Cheese Ruiz, who no one's scared of. Miller went straight through him, and Miller can't punch. Come on now. Miller can't punch. He can't. He slap away and whatever else. He can't punch. He still went straight through him. And the man that Jarrell Miller went straight through, AJ was in there with a 2-piece coin stuck between his butt cheeks. His butt was tight in that second fight. Yeah? So I don't want to hear no more. I'm done. I've been done. I've been done, but you homosexuals need to be done. Hearing, he believes and he'll believe he can do better. You said that before. This was, people, it was only a week ago. TalkSport was telling us. Spencer Oliver and Derek Chisora was telling us, no, not this AJ. This AJ is the one that believes now. So wait there, he gets punched up, does nothing for 4 rounds, nothing at all. Not one thing did he do. Don't want to hear about how he peeled himself off the mat. That's not a skill in a fight, people. Yeah, it's not. You got put there. It's not like AJ was optionally going to the floor. He got put on the floor. Come on now. I could get in a fight and get put on the floor. What's to revere about that? Get serious, people. But now he believes, but this time, again, this is the coin shtick, people. This is the, AJ's got 3 or 4 fights left on his DAZN contract deal. That's what this shtick is. And people will keep believing it. I'm not even necessarily knocking it. I don't think AJ should retire. Because I'm biased myself. I have interests in the boxing game. I want to come on here and talk about AJ Dillian White, right? The Battle of the Bums. There's a whole bunch of Battle of the Bum fights. Right, you got AJ Dillian White, AJ Joyce, AJ Wilder, and then AJ Fury if he loses to Usyk. There's 4 solid fights there I'd watch. So he's not finished from my biased perspective. And even if you're honest, even the biggest AJ fighters, don't tell me you wouldn't watch AJ versus Joyce or AJ versus White. We're going to watch it. So he's not completely finished. What he is finished doing, I don't want to hear no more talk about AJ Dubois too. Yeah? What's the point in that? What is the point in that now? I'll watch it again. I don't, people. As a Dubois fan, I back that fight. But it's not, it doesn't have the intrigue now. It's a case of how quickly is Danny D going to get on him. Yeah? How much money can I earn betting on Danny D in the first 6? That's what that fight turns into. Which is selfish of me. That would be selfish of me to rinse the AJ homosexual. Because I believe AJ vs Dubois 2, if it happens, the odds are going to be 50-50. I swear down. The homosexualism is strong in these cats. All they have to hear is Ben Davison be a bit mysterious and AJ put a few pad sessions out on Instagram, and you man will be saying, he believes YB. Look at this Instagram video of AJ looking at the floor, dropping his hand to his ankle and bowling it over. Yeah? There was one point they put a video out and AJ rocked Ben Davison in pad work, and they were saying, oh, how did Ben Davison take such a big shot? It's like, what the blow? We ain't seen none of AJ in hard sparring, no. Did we? Because he wasn't doing no hard sparring. Oops. All he was doing was looking at the floor and whacking the pad with the right hand. That's what he was doing, and lo and behold, he come in the ring. He's gone backwards, people. He's gone backwards. He's gone backwards. He's even looser. He's even looser than Usyk 2. He's even looser than under Derek James. Fact. He's gone backwards for sure. Yeah? There's not one redeeming quality, really. People were saying he was throwing his hands. He wasn't throwing his hands, people. Even before he got clipped in the first round or whatever it was, he wasn't throwing his hands. He was like, So you can't say, oh, he's aggressive. Oh, Ben Davison failed at everything, but he brought the aggression back. No, he didn't. What happened was, AJ realised, it's over for me now. He knew his gas tank ain't never going to come back now. So he ended up just having... I mean, he had a bit of a go. You could say that if you want. It's like when you put a rabbit or a cat, back it into a corner. It's inevitable at that point. Okay, that's not fair. I'll give him a little bit of respect for throwing a shot or two. That's what it was. It wasn't a fight, though. It wasn't, okay, I'm going to hold my feet now. He was... AJ, yeah, he'd gallop back. When he realised I'm at the ropes, he'd either try and clinch. So he was completely out of luck. Then he'd do something desperate, like throw a punch. That's because he couldn't do nothing else. He couldn't clinch. He couldn't run no more. So what was he going to do? So he threw a shot. Okay. If you want to credit that, fair play to you. That's not what the Ben Davison shtick was sold as, though, people. That's my issue. It was sold as... YB, you don't understand. Oh, YB, you've lost gambling bets before. YB, this is different this time. And again, we're hearing it. Oh, I believe now. He'll believe he can do better. We've been hearing that, Eddie. We heard that in the Usyk 2 rematch. And to be fair, he did do better. He was actually along the right tracks in the Usyk rematch. What was lacking was out-and-out aggression. He had the base was there. Again, he's finished. He don't have balls. It don't matter what technique he brings, he don't have no balls. That's all he ever needed, really. After the Ruiz 1 fight. He needed some balls. They've gone. And they ain't coming back for damn sure now. Now Danny D's put him out. There's nothing really he can be confident about at any level. He doesn't have the, well, I've never been knocked out spark before. Oops. He's been knocked out spark now. So as scared as he was after getting stopped on his feet against Ruiz, imagine it now. If you was broken after getting stopped on your feet, it's going to be a whole nother level. So he goes down for sure. And normally I don't like predicting KOs. If the rematch happens, Johnston gets KO'd. Fact. He gets KO'd. He gets stopped. Fact. He's finished. That damage, his chin was already suspect. That damage is taken where he's fallen on his face, breakdancing. He's finished. He's finished. I don't take nothing from that. It doesn't make me happy saying that, but I'm not going to lie about it. If you saw me do what AJ's been doing for the last 5 years, I'd tell you, that guy there, myself, is finished. I'd be lying to the people if I tried to spin it as, oh no, but I believe now. I'm finished. That's the fair thing to do. You don't have to lie about it. We can be friends and still admit the YB's finished. Look at it. You can't deny it, man. It's undeniable. Yeah? Undeniable.
It's going to be full of confidence. And we have to look what happens on December 21st. If Tyson Fury wins or if Tyson Fury loses. But no immediate rush. But I know what AJ's like, and he would love to have another crack at him.
This is the coercive control as well. Where Eddie says, No, there's no rush, but I know he wants it. I know what he's like, right? And AJ being a suggestible person, he'll hear that from Eddie. He'll hear these quotes from Eddie. And he'll know what AJ's a pleaser, if that makes sense. He's not going to say, Eddie, you silver spoon looking ass, get back in your box. Don't comment on what I'm going to do. Leave it like Frank left it. It's his choice. He's a grown man. That's how you should leave it. This is grown folks' business. You wouldn't know nothing about throwing down like that. So sit and get in your box, man, and be a promoter. Yeah? AJ going to be hearing that and thinking, oh, Eddie wants me to do the rematch. You heard the other video I played. We're going to knock him out, or we're going to get back in the rematch. So this is social conditioning. AJ knows what everyone wants. All of his bum liquor team. They don't want him to retire or take a step down. They want to dig pockets some more. So it's clear AJ don't want to fight. Everyone around him wants him to fight. He's going to end up fighting. Plus himself, for his own selfish needs. In terms of coin, he probably... That's his only driving factor now, is the coin. He said that out of his own mouth at the Cambridge/Oxford address. Not my words. He said it. Well, my career's about digging pocket now. Everyone said I was a hater for pointing that out. Yeah, you can't play this game. And to be honest, even other sports, when people know they're over the hill, they kind of let it go. They let it go, man. Well, I don't know. It's not necessarily true. People dig pocket, man. The football players are going to Saudi dig pockets or whatever. It's a bit different though in a team sport. You can hide. You can be finished in football, and you can kind of get lost in the sauce. In boxing, there's nowhere to hide. You can't hide behind your new trainer with the soft hair. You can't hide behind Massa Hearns, a dude who never boxed a lick in his life, never really had to fight for nothing. I like Eddie. He's changed the boxing game in the UK for sure. He ain't never fought for nothing, people. He ain't never... Come on now. Come on. Stop playing. Yeah? So Eddie wants him to do the rematch. Is what Eddie should have said. I want him to. Don't be doing that. Don't be suggesting things to Johnson. I know AJ's character. I know he won't want to quit and not take the rematch. You see that one there? Who's going to think about it? Let's say I've got my head punched off, yeah? And I didn't really want to fight. And it's been that way for years. And some Donny comes to me and says, oh, YB, I know you're going to take that rematch. I know you're not a pussy. And it's even if you got no intention of taking it, it's social pressure. You're thinking, shit, if I don't take it, Eddie Hearns and everyone else is going to be thinking I'm a pussy. Now, one redeeming thing Eddie did say was that he thinks, they're not going to make no decision until December 21st. And that's the right track. I said yesterday, what AJ needs is Dillian White, Wilder, Tyson Fury after losing to Usyk. If Tyson Fury beats Usyk, I'm not interested at all in that fight. In reality, if Tyson Fury beats Usyk, I want to see the third fight. That must be ordered. Turkey was saying, I don't care if they lose. That'll be whack. That'll be bad for boxing people. AJ coming off that loss, going in there with the Tyson Fury's beat Usyk, and it's 1-1 at that point, right? So we need the third one, if Usyk wants it, for example, if he loses. I don't want to see a washed up AJ versus a Fury who just beat Usyk. Absolutely not. And never. But if Fury loses, I'll watch it. At this point in time, should AJ retire? No. There are watchable fights out there. People, it's entertaining to see how finished he is, if you're honest. As far as serious boxing goes, there's real guys. Zhang, Dubois, Bakoli, Usyk. Parker, okay. Yeah, you have to call him serious, but he can't punch. I hate to break it to you people. I ain't got no time for people who can't punch, man. Parker can't punch. Parker can't punch. But throw Parker in there. Or a Caballel. You got 6 serious dudes right now. Them man need to be in some sort of tournament. Meanwhile, if Fury loses to Usyk and you got Dillian White hanging about, Dillian White, Wilder said he wants to come back. Dillian White, Wilder, Fury. And listen, I like Joe Joyce. I think he hasn't been really put on. So throw Joe in there as well. Let's see how, again, legitimate people. Let's see how finished Joe Joyce is. Let's see how finished Johnson is. Let's see how finished Wilder. There's some value in that. You're lying and not being true to yourself as a boxing fan if you're saying that them 4 are completely finished and you never want to see them again. They have a place. It's at the bottom of the sport, kind of like the warm-up acts. It's the circus acts. Oh, damn, he finished. There's a value to that. It's intriguing. We don't know how finished none of these dudes are, really. And even if we do, they should do all them 4 fights. Every single combination of fights. Do them all. And the guy who loses them all, he It's finished. The biggest bum of Britain. That's the card. The biggest bum of Britain. And them 4 people, that's the card. The card is 2 fights involving them 4 people. You can do 2 of them events a year. Yeah? 2 of them events a year, and you get a winner each time. And then the winner gets promoted to the big leagues, to the top 6. That's how it should go. So the first fight, for example, you should have AJ and Wilder, and then Fury and Joyce, for example, or Wilder and Joyce and Fury and AJ. Simple as that. Yeah? And the winners fight the winners, and the losers fight the losers. Bosh! That's intriguing, and you're lying to yourself. As much as AJ may or may not be washed, you're lying to yourself if that wouldn't be like, damn, let's have a look at this then. That would be a wicked card. I'd love watching that. Right? It's better than watching Shakur Sleepmanson on there, right? Who want to watch that crap? I don't. Because these guys are so finished, it's entertaining. The problem with Shakur Sleepmanson is, he ain't finished. He's fresh. So he's not going to get clipped here with a little shot and be stumbling all over the place. There's no entertainment with Shakur Sleepmanson. But these man here, Joyce, AJ, Fury, Wilder, they're so finished. It's either going to be a laughing stock, where they're just running around scared to fight, or it's going to be, oh, he's over. He's fell over in the first round. That's what boxing's about, entertainment, people. Boxing is, or sports are entertainment for the masses. I don't want to watch Shakur Sleepmanson in there with a bum just running around. I don't want to watch Terence Crawford in there with a dude and running around. Yeah? And Turkey should make these fights in a ring that's like 6 foot wide. Just in there, so they can't run around too much. Just in there. That's what you should do. In there, put them in 6-ounce gloves. 6-ounce gloves, a 6 foot ring. Yeah? 6-ounce gloves, 6 foot ring, no mouth guard. No, I'm joking, but you get the point I'm making. Oh.
Eddie,
And this here was the last one, I think. Oh, allow it, people. Been muggled off.
Charlie Parsons. Someone said there is a rematch clause for this fight. Is that the plan?
Yeah,
to take an immediate rematch.
We'll keep that respectful because, you know, I don't think it's fair on Daniel Dubois, in all honesty. But we have another fight with Riyadh season that we can exercise, and you know, I believe AJ will want that to be Daniel Dubois.
Just I suppose last.
Again, the social grooming there. I believe AJ and Warrior will want to rematch the guy who knocked him out. In all though, AJ and Eddie Hearn will be praying that Fury loses. That's the only way they get a get out of jail free card. Most people will justify AJ ducking the Dubois rematch to fight Fury, a Fury who's lost. That said, what AJ chooses to do will really underpin. If AJ has any chance of having any mind left, my base case is, as it's been, he's finished. He don't want to fight. Ultimately, he's digging pocket right now. A pocket digging expedition. That's what he's been on for the last few years, right? What we know for sure is, if there's any fighter left in AJ, he'll want the rematch with Dubois. That's what any man would want. Is it smart? I don't think so. But that's what a fighting man would do. That said, he can still take the... It's easy to execute a rematch, as we saw with Ruiz too. It's easy to do that. It's a whole other thing actually fighting the guy. And AJ likes to virtue signal about warriors. So he might take the rematch. But I guarantee this now. If AJ fights Dubois again, he will try to... His go-to is, let's run. He'll try to... Maybe it's the best advice, to be quite frank. If AJ executes a rematch with Dubois, it will be he'll try to imitate a Ruiz 2 performance. That's what he'll do. 100%. That's what he knows to do. When he gets knocked out, what does he do? He comes back and he boxes safety first. But that ain't going to stop Danny D. Andy Ruiz had no ambition. His feet are slow. He hasn't been training. And he can't punch. Danny D, his feet are quick. His hands are quick. He's aggressive. That's not going to work running from... Andy Ruiz is standing there like a big blob, stuck in the mud, waiting. I don't know what he's doing. Danny D ain't with that. He'll cut straight. There's not really much AJ can do at this point. He hasn't got... Danny D's chin, yeah? Maximus Danielius Dubois. He's got the proper chin, man. He's got the Nefanderal chops. Yeah, the Zulu Nefanderal chops he's got. It's like, bash. It don't get shaken like that. Fact. It's like the real Joe Joyce chin at this point. And Dubois don't take loads of shots like... Well, maybe he does actually. And Hrgovic can't punch like that, I don't think. I think Hrgovic would stop AJ though, to be fair. Hrgovic is quick. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Should AJ take the rematch or not? I'm happy either way. If he ducks the rematch, he's a pussy. And if he takes it, he gets punched up. I don't really have no advice to give him at this point. It's too late for him now, in that sense. Before, I was passionate about trying to help dude. Now, it's like, whatever. I wouldn't mind. If Fury loses to Usyk, I'll watch that, though. It's probably more intriguing than a Dubois rematch. But let's see how it plays out. Either way, I'm happy. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. No doubt about people stop it.